Well, hi, it's Tom. Um, Whenever we have anything as horrible as the events that took place at Virginia Tech yesterday happen, we we find ourselves trying to figure out, trying to understand what is it that causes people to do things like this. And after thousands of years of recorded human history, we have plenty of thoughts about what causes this kind of behavior. But we don't know what causes this kind of behavior. We can think that it's the proliferation of guns, and clearly if there weren't guns, people wouldn't get shot, right? But before there were guns, there were spears, and before there were spears, there were clubs, and before there were clubs, there were rocks, and so there's something in us as a species that puts us into a position to behave violently towards one another. And sometimes, like yesterday, senselessly, at least for now, senselessly. What I mean is that at some point, we're going to understand more about the particulars of this situation and what it was that led this young man to commit these horrible acts. But the point of all that is always to try to prevent the next one, right? And we're never able to prevent the next one. If we eliminated all guns, would that prevent the next one? With guns. Not that we could ever eliminate all guns. If we eliminated video games, would that prevent the next one? Maybe in ways that look like they are similar to what happens in video games, but I don't think it would prevent the next one. The fact of the matter is that when we look at what we know about ourselves, about human beings, we still have tremendously conflicting theories that we use to try to understand ourselves. And at the end of the day, all of those theories are left mute in the face of events like yesterday. Religion can't explain why innocent people were gunned down in their classrooms yesterday. Science can't explain why. Philosophy can't explain why. No system that we use to try to make sense out of our lives here can explain behavior like this. We don't like not being able to explain behavior, and so one of the things that we'll do will be to try to explain it. And some of the explanations will be perfectly plausible, and some of the explanations will be less plausible. Some of the explanations will make this a uniquely American phenomenon. Some of the explanations will make it who knows what. None of those explanations will suffice, though, because none of them will help us to understand how to keep it from happening the next time. Because next time there'll be one that takes place outside the United States. And it won't take place with automatic weapons. And it won't take place with hijacked airplanes. Or it won't take place with what's happened in the past. It won't be easily put into a box and explained. ultimately we come face to face with the fact that we know very little about ourselves and one another. And that extreme moments like this one really bring that lack of understanding to light vividly, for me anyway, and leave us with nothing but just shock and, of course, intense sorrow for these families who've lost loved ones in a manner that will always remain inexplicable.